and things like that. It's like it's not a joint practice for us. It's a game. We're going to go into it with the same mentality like we do going into the game. So I think that's a lot of where the starters get a ton of reps. That's what we're planning on. So, it's how can you mimic a game without playing in a game.
Looks like the line is kind of settling on Becton at right guard. How's the cohesion and communication coming, with that starting five?
Yeah, it's getting better. It's definitely got better since the first week we started. And just that constant communication and being out there when you get five guys and just being able to talk the lingo and be on the same page. And it's been getting better every day. Say that again.
How beneficial has it been to you that Kelce's still been around? Do you actually use him, or is it just one of these
Yeah, he comes in, gives his input. It's really nice. It's obviously not just from that aspect, but he's a really good friend to a lot of us. So it's great to see him whenever he comes out here. It's always fun to catch up.
I said you were giving pointers yourself.
Yeah, just a lot of it's talking about angles and where I want him to be, and just how different every D lineman plays. You're going to have two gappers, penetrators, different guys play different techniques, and figuring out how the footwork changes from each defensive guy, and depending where that linebacker is, and if we have certain motions and whatnot where it may change like our footwork. And it's just there's a lot of little things that go into it that people don't realize how much goes into it, and that takes time to build and learn, and that's what helps playing guard last year, being able to talk through them angles.
The process of changing a position, right? I mean, you went through that 3 years ago now, and Makai's doing it now. Brett Goat did it last year. What's it like for an offensive lineman to try to learn a new position?
I try to play football. I don't try to play a position, and so I think the better you can learn schemes instead of positional things, the better you're going to be off. And so I think obviously there's little technique deals that changes when you go from guard to center or from tackle to things like that. But I think Stout does a really good job is when he teaches and puts in plays. It's not just, hey, only know what you're doing. He teaches everybody in front of everybody. So I think from the rules of that, learning the scheme as a whole helps you learn it. So then when you go from different positions, it's easy for you to pick things up. I mean, you see that. How many guys on our O-line have played different spots across the board? So I don't think a lot of teams do that as much as we do. So it's pretty nice the way it gets taught, and I think it makes it a lot easier for guys in the O-line.
Quickly, the guy picked up guard.
I think early on when he got here, he was so happy to be with the Eagles, and it was so fun to have in that room. I'm not surprised by it because, in OTAs, we would be going through and just how many questions he would ask and how engaged he would be and how much he just wanted to learn. It's fun playing next to him because he just enjoys being out there and playing football. You can see he's having a lot of fun with it. And, when people are having fun, that rubs off on everybody, and it's fun to be around.
I know it's a different coaching staff with New England, but especially if you don't play in the preseason, how beneficial will it be to go against a defense that does have some exotic pressure looks? Maybe we'll send more at you than other defenses.
Yeah, I think we're seeing a lot of that with our defense and things like that. So I think it's going to be super beneficial because you guys saw at the end of last year how many exotic pressures we got, and just being able to, be a lot better as an offense, picking those things up and being sure that we're covered on all aspects in that. Just getting better at that. We need to make sure we're a lot more sound in that, and that's a big issue we faced at the end of last year, and we need to make sure we can show that we can handle it.
It was a rarity to have a center have that much authority when it came to setting blitz protections. Is it easier now just because it's a little more traditional with Jalen taking on a little more?
I think everybody's still got similar responsibilities. I think it just helps if everybody knows what everybody's looking at. You know, if I'm making a call, everybody's dialed in to what that call is. Jay knows what it is. If he sees something different, he can flip it. If I see something different, it's just constant communication, and everybody's giving input. You know, everybody's got their job to do, and you know, I think you know, the quarterback's going to have a final say in it. But if we all know what we're looking for and we're all dialed in, that's what helps when everybody's looking at their job and their responsibility, and I'm able to make a call. But if I get input from a left tackle and he tells me a certain thing where he sees something, we can all flip it. So that helps. I think it should be you know, the whole group doing it together.
Are there nuance? Oh, I'm sorry.
You've had a couple of seasons to go against Milton Williams. What have you seen? How has he evolved in this game from your perspective?
Yeah, Milt's got a really good power game, and he's quick. He's able to hop around gaps, use his hands really well. He's tough. I think he doesn't give his stuff away either. I think he's really sound in that. He's fun to go against because he can do so much, and it all comes from the same spot.
I hope I'm not making something like a bigger deal than this, but are there nuances to snapping to Jalen as far as like the velocity of the ball placement that you have to adjust from center to quarterback?
I'm snapping the ball. Yeah.
No, I'm saying because, like he used to say that Kelce snaps were like really fast. You know, the acceleration or the velocity on it was faster than he was used to. I didn't know if, as you adjust from one quarterback to another, from Nebraska quarterbacks, backup quarterbacks, if you have to adjust how you snap.
I try to snap it the best I can, and in the best spot, and then I go ask Jalen, was that a good snap? Did you like that snap? And if he says yes, and it's a good snap. And so it's just constant communication throughout camp, making sure it's fine. But yeah, I'm just he's trying to fill me out, and I'm filling him out. But, you know, for the most part, I'm not catching my snaps, so he is.
Yeah,
All right.
You're returning to center, which has there's a leadership component to it. You're the quarterback of the offensive line. As you've done this, has it come naturally, or did it take a second to kind of establish yourself in that role?
No, I think it came pretty naturally. I've always played center. You know, playing guard was the first thing, so that felt like I was a little different. I was trying to get used to that, but you know, I feel comfortable going back to center and getting back in that spot. You know, communication is key, and I feel like I had a really good teacher this last couple of years and all throughout college. Like a lot of the stuff we're doing has been similar. So it feels a lot more comfortable.